Hi there, Taurus. Thanks for joining me here. This is going to be your mid-February reading. It will cover roughly the middle portion and latter portion of the month. Okay, and you seem to be quite eager here. Lots of energy bursting through. Oh my, yes. Definitely seeing the themes that we saw last night in the first quarter moon reading for the moon cycle. All right. So right off the bat, and as I was meditating, I didn't quite have the chance to mention this, but as I was meditating on your sign, Taurus, before turning on the camera, I definitely got this sense of putting the gears in motion, something rather rhythmic, right? An energy that is building, surmounting, that you're contributing to in a very sustained way, in such a way that is bringing you closer and closer to your final destination, your end goal, what you have your sight set on. And we visited last night as well that you absolutely have your sights set on achieving some sort of pinnacle of success in some shape or form. Absolutely, Taurus. And last night, you had the Nine of Pentacles, right? Speaking to the culmination of a sort of milestone, right? Of your career, finances, anything that regards your tangible sense of security and stability. So, very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, you have two major arcana here in the very beginning of the sort of spread that popped out. The Sun in reverse and the World upright. At the other end of the cards that popped out, you have the Son of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. So we're seeing again the revisiting of a theme that regards either your finances, your career, really any involvement that you have that regards your tangible sense of security and stability around you in your environment, okay? Now, yes, Taurus, you are looking over the Son of Pentacles. I'm sensing that this is representing you, right? Pentacles being an earth sign, you are an earth sign, of course. And the son, the daughter, the mother, and the father of any suit tend to represent an archetype of a person, right? One that embodies that element. So I'm sensing that this is represented by you. Or you are represented by this Son of Pentacles. The Son of Pentacles is looking over at the sun and the world. Okay, I'm sensing this as the desire to manifest something that will bring you a greater sense of freedom. Last night we saw the reversed lovers, right? The two doves flying up high in the sky, right? But it was in reverse, right? So it was sort of at the mercy of the completion of the cycle of Nine of Pentacles, right? The completion of something that you've been actively working towards in a very focused manner. Nonetheless, right? One that will bring you into a newfound sort of form of existence, even within your own being, right? I'm sensing that this transformation will be almost symbolic of a significant liberation of even your creativity, even your sense of freedom with your creativity, how you wield your creativity in some shape or form. But nonetheless, right, it is, right, tapping into and speaking to a vision that you have of the future that's very hopeful, that's very enchanting, that's very open-minded, right? Almost like the sky is the limit. Not even the sky, the universe, the world. Oops. I'm on a Mac, so everything is reversed here. The world, the universe. There are no boundaries, right, in this form of dimension. And that's where you're looking towards, right? And it's coupled with the sun. But the sun is in reverse, so it's speaking to the pending stages of this transformation, right? The sun has not yet come out fully, completely, right? But you have immense hope. You have immense foresight and vision and passion and drive to reach the day in which the sun will come out and clarity will be had and fruition will be reached, right, within this whole process. So, and naturally, the sun card, and I'm sensing especially in this spread here that popped out for you guys, speaks to the inevitable, right, time that a process takes to transform from one stage to the next, right? If we think about the sun card, what is the sun? It's cyclical, right? It dances with the moon in a way. So you need to pass night, right? The moon needs to shine, have its moment before the sun can rise and have its own moment of time. Okay, so there's a waiting period, Taurus. There's a waiting period. You're awaiting a sort of breaking point, a final moment, and even aha moment, and a moment where you want to bring something out. You want to bring something out. You want to express something. You want to complete something, right? And the world is also very cyclical, even within its own sort of depiction on this card as well, or even conceptually, right? The world is round, right? Is round. Similar to the Wheel of Fortune card, the wheel turns, right? So there's an emphasis on the need to pass through the inevitable stages that are required for you, right, to pass through in order to bring this cycle to a completion, if that makes sense. Okay? Yes. Okay, so you have an understanding, it seems you have an understanding of the natural cycle and process of this, and you're hopeful towards it, and you know that you just need to wait. It's just a matter of time, is what it seems. Okay? So, behind you, you have the Ace of Swords, right behind the Son of Pentacles. Look at these two cards together. So, Son of Pentacles charging towards this vision. Sights are set on this vision, working actively towards this vision. And behind you is the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords speaks to a rather like staunch take that we grasp in terms of a certain situation, conversation, rapport with someone in regards to something, okay? But nonetheless, the Ace of Swords speaks to the spoken or written word or even decision making, right? All in all, I'm feeling, however, that it speaks to a certain clarity and vision of purpose and direction that you are taking in regards to this. It seems that behind you, right, what's sort of driving you is a very clear motivation even, and vision, really, right? The air element also speaks to vision, also speaks to it's the creation of ideas, right? It's the idea generation sort of phase of the cycle, if we're thinking of it cyclically, in terms of manifestation, right? But I'm just sensing that you have a firmness to this path that you're embarking on. There is absolutely a firmness, a resilience, a strength of character, feeling like the path is well understood. Okay, that's what I'm sensing here. Now I want to get more into the spread here so we can get some further insight, as this Ace of Swords could potentially also be, potentially, right, for some of you, the communication, right, of something that regards the situation, perhaps. Okay. So we're going to do the Celtic cross here. Same spread as usual. Here we go. Wow. Absolutely, absolutely what is pushing you forward at the sort of the very first impetus of this whole process and project even is strength, is resilience, is a clarity of purpose, vision of where you're going, what you want to achieve, right? And you have the sun right above it with the world. My, Taurus. Oh yeah. You have strength that's backing you and propelling you forward on this journey, okay? I'm compelled to shuffle again, so let's shuffle just a bit more here. Wow. Taurus, you are blowing my mind this month here. The sun, the world, strength, the high priestess, 4 major arcana, and some of the strongest major arcana, I would say, as well, right? The high priestess is like chillin'. Look at this leopard, right? Or this tiger. Just sitting on sort of the world, right? In what seems like a galaxy far, far away, where inherently there's mystery, right? Sort of like the world card. But not mystery that necessarily confounds this high priestess, not one that throws them off kilter or off base. They feel very comfortable, right? They have sort of a control over their domain, and they're looking off into the future, seeing, having sort of a vision towards what is to come. Okay, you have great confidence with whatever it is you are pursuing here. Okay, I believe, no, this came out for Pisces, or it was Sagittarius. Ace of Wands, Taurus, Mother of Cups. Oh my god. Oh my god, Taurus, this is beautiful. I'm gonna cry. Wow. Okay. You're on a roll. You're on a roll. You are definitely headed somewhere. You are just the wheels are set in motion. I can't help but laugh for you and smile and just enjoy this beautiful energy. Yeah, it's something that you should be excited about. It's something that is absolutely moving on a really deep level. And you have the Chariot right in the middle, dead center, the most sort of independent, enterprising card, right? If you look at the Chariot. You have it in reverse, but we'll get to that. Right? Look at this card upright, rather. Beautiful. Beautiful energy. The very center of your spread, at the very center, right? It's really speaking to the charging forward. In such a way and along such a path that is guided by you, your intuition, your inner strength, and your authenticity of character as it truly resonates with you and your truth, your personal truth, right? Where you think you should be going, what you think you should be doing, that sort of thing. Okay? You're not paying mind to any distracting, petty energy, right? There is a certain strength and resilience that you have here as you're moving forward on this journey. All power to you, Taurus. All power to you. From everyone, of course. It's beautiful. So, and I will say this, you have Taurus. Okay, Taurus. We gotta get serious here. You pulled, I think, almost every major arcana. I mean, if we're even looking at the theme cards, you have the Death in reverse, you have the Tower in reverse beneath that, you have the Lovers in reverse beneath that. This is significant energy. Significant. There is a major turning point that seems to have taken place, that seems to have already been set into motion, right? I think that perhaps this was a difficult point for you in the past, right? The turning point itself, the rebirth, that's always difficult, right? Sort of like the new moon period and what that symbolizes and represents is the turning, right? From night to day, that very horizon point, right? Of stillness, of darkness, of perhaps not knowing, not having the answers. It's that point of the dying off, the removal of what did not work for us, what we did not want to cultivate and proceed with. And instead, right, accepting the journey that is to come ahead, right? It's submitting to that rebirth process, which takes courage, which takes strength, which takes even a submission to faith and our intuition, right, with the situation, which it seems absolutely you took. Absolutely you took. You took that sort of stance in the situation. You resurfaced with an inner strength and resilience that is now sort of like, how to say it, it's now, that energy has built you up to a certain point that is now you're able to ride the wave of that energy. Okay, and this is beautiful energy to tap into during the waxing period of the moon. So, meaning from the new moon period to the full moon period, that's considered the waxing, with the first quarter moon dead center right in the middle, halfway between each sort of milestone of that moon phase. Okay, so, and I do these videos for each one of those phases in case you want to get like an energetic check-in for each one. But nonetheless, right, it's a period of time where the energy is building and reaching the very peak of expression, of actualization, of manifestation in some shape or form at the full moon period. So, this building energy that you have, right, that you're on a roll with, you're very much in the groove of, is is totally, totally being supported by the moon's energies, which are significant, right? The energetic pull of the moon is significant in so many ways. So harness this energy, continue with this, as I believe you absolutely will. I mean, this is, no one is stopping you from this. No one, nothing. The Chariot up top, these two cards backing from your deep past and your recent past, you have resurfaced from a transition period, a major transition period, perhaps in regards to a love situation, perhaps, or perhaps in regards to a situation that previously we thought brought us a sense of stability or satisfaction emotionally or otherwise, right? And this is the backbone of the entire sort of journey here ahead of you. Okay, so, and coupled with the death and the Tower in reverse, it's the feeling of what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And that's absolutely what seems like the theme is here in this spread for us today. Okay, so let's get right into it, Taurus, if we haven't yet already. Just bursting with energy. So yes, coming in from your deep past and your recent past. Sorry about that, guys. Strength, deep past, High Priestess, recent past. Tapping into your strength and inner power to take on a more intuitive approach in regards to whatever the situation is, right? And one of faith in the natural process, okay? Moving into your current state, you have the Six of Pentacles in reverse, waiting for the budding of sort of the results of your efforts to come about. It seems that it's very fertile energy, very, very fertile energy, Taurus, right? It's like the buds are about to sprout. It's just on the brink, it seems. Okay, look at all of these sort of buds on this branch, just waiting to be harvested in due time, right? So, the energy that you tapped into that helped lead you to your current state of the Six of Pentacles is the reversed Ten of Swords, right? So, the Ten of Swords speaks to, kind of similar to the Death card, the closing out of a certain way of doing things, habits, right? Patterns of behavior, of action, right? Our day in, day out routine is being redefined and reinvented in some shape or form. Perhaps. Okay. Nonetheless, it's definitely a transformative energy. However, you may need to still, you're getting ready perhaps to close out this phase of sort of an aspect of the project that has run its course. You're getting ready to fully, like, officially complete it and set it aside and move on to the next sort of way of handling the situation or new project or more creative, more inspiring approach. And once you do that, it seems that once you do that, once you officially make this transition, this Six of Pentacles will be turned right side up and everything will be able to bloom, right? You'll be able to reap that harvest and see the results of your efforts, really, right? So there's a bit of a pending energy, as we did see also with the Sun in reverse. And in your help or hinder position, the advice card is the Ace of Wands. Okay, so I'm getting that you are being urged to close out this old way, this culminating phase of action and pattern of doing things day in and day out sort of thing, right? The way in which we handled a certain aspect of whatever this seems project is it needs to be reinvented in some way to move forward and turn this right side up, to really get the goods coming to its fruition. Now, you have the Mother of Cups in your near future. Beautiful, such nurturing energy. And the Mother of Cups is motioning right over to this Ace of Wands. Look at these two cards together. And let's even look at it with this Six of Pentacles. Right? The Mother of Cups and the Six of Pentacles are sandwiching this Ace of Wands, right? So, and the Six of Pentacles is in reverse, right? So it's pending. It's not yet brought about. It's not yet brought to fruition. So in a way, it's like the Mother of Pentacles is almost like recommending, is suggesting to harness this energy of the Ace of Wands in order to get this situation turned right side up and to reap the benefits, to reap the harvest, to see the motion really of your, because I'm sensing that you have a lot of motion in terms of your action, in terms of your efforts. It's just the reorientation of that effort, right, that is needed in order to see the motion of your actual results that you're getting from the actions, from the efforts that you're putting into the project or process or journey or whatever it is, right? But nonetheless, it seems that the emphasis on motion forward and enabling fruition and seeing the progress of your efforts coming to fruition is the enabling of this Ace of Wands energy. Okay, so that's a pivotal energy for you, it seems. Which again speaks to creative initiative, which speaks to it's a very enterprising card, right? Embarking on a new journey, a completely new way of doing things, a new approach, right? Wands speak to the fire element. Fire speaks to creation, creativity, to acting from a place that engages our sense of creativity, that engages our sense of personal perspective in whatever it is we are doing, right? And even in and of itself, fire depicts change, right? So I'm sensing that a dynamic, fresh, new approach to whatever this old way of doing things is needed in order to reap the benefits of whatever you're acting towards and placing your efforts towards, rather. The Mother of Cups could also be a person who comes into your sort of midst in the near future who embodies the sort of very wise, nurturing, compassionate, sensitive, creative even, mature archetype of this water energy, right? Almost like someone who inspires you. Yes, Taurus, someone who inspires you to, or gives you the idea, the inkling, right, that I can take this new approach. Here's the idea. Here's how I can do it, right? Someone may be integral within that process of transforming the way that things were done. Okay, so it could be a form of advice, a vision that someone gives you, an idea, something, all right? And it can be male or female. It could be male or female. But it is the Mother of Cups, right? So it's a nurturing energy. Absolutely. Someone who's very in touch with their emotions, who has a sense of how to use the emotions in a creative way. This could also even be a consultation of some sort, right? a consultor, an advisor, that sort of thing. If it's rather, even if it's formal or informal, right? Either way, there's going to be a point of inspiration that may come from someone in your environment, right? Now, in your hopes and or your fears, you have the Father of Pentacles in reverse. And this position is always interesting because your hopes can be your fears can be your hopes. What you wish for, you can kind of fear, right, in some shape or form. But you have such a fearlessness in this whole spread, Taurus, that I'm sensing that this reversed Father of Pentacles is only regarding the time it takes to reach this final stage of success, right? The Father of Pentacles represents the pinnacle of the sort of manifestation of tangible, physical, material security, right? The master of his domain, the empire he's built, he's reaped the harvest, he's put in the effort, put in the work, he's now confident and calm, right? Looking over at sort of what he's created. There's a stillness, there's a calmness to this card. And you are really embodying this energy in different ways throughout your spread. So I'm sensing that it's not a matter of fearing that you won't reach this point. I think it's just a matter of perhaps fearing or thinking about, not even in an overburdening way, how much time it's going to take to get there, right? It could just be that you're cognizant of that and you're eager. There's an eagerness that you have to turn this sun upside down, right? And the Father of Pentacles is looking right also in the direction of this Ace of Wands, this new beginning that needs to take place in terms of the routine, the action. Sorry, dog just kicked the table. Right? So all emphasis, all eyes are laid on this Ace of Wands, whatever this more creative, more out of the box sort of approach to the situation is. I will say this, there could be perhaps a fear or an apprehension of momentary, right, temporary, like, how can I reinvent this situation? How can I, right, being almost at like a creative standstill, the creative block, writer's block sort of thinking, okay? And the Father of Pentacles could just be in reverse, signifying as it's looking over at this whole situation. Look at these four cards together. Could be almost like looking over at them like, come on guys, we have to get this done, like get this process going, right? The Father of Pentacles is not a creative type, right? It's embodying the earth element. It's stable, it's regimented, it's structured, it's controlled, right? It's stable. So the Father of Pentacles is almost like, I don't know what you got to do to get this done, but just get it done. So you could just be tapping into that sort of energy of, I know what I need to get done. I'm just waiting on this process. And it could be this creative reinvention of the journey and process that could be a point of momentary standstill, thinking, contemplating, how do I move forward with this? And then in comes, right, a very wise counsel of some sort that inspires you in terms of how to move forward with this new beginning. Okay, but nonetheless, it seems that there is a bit of a, what is the word I'm looking for? an eagerness, but anticipation. It's an anticipating energy. It's not a fear energy. It's just anticipation. Okay, especially with this sun. Look at these two cards together. Yes, anticipating how you're going to make this change. Okay, now in your final outcome, you have the Two of Pentacles, upright, beautiful, beautiful, and it's right next to the Father of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles speaks to the balancing, the harmony, reaching a sort of homeostasis, a rhythm. It's very rhythmic, right? Look at these Two Pentacles in sort of a centrifuge fashion, enveloped in this figure eight, right? There's stillness, and yet there's motion within the card. Right? The butterfly depicting freedom, freedom of thought, freedom of movement, progress, right? And yet stillness, the stillness of balance and harmony, which inevitably requires the juggling of various elements, of various factors that go into play, but in such a way that stabilizes you. Like you've found the balance, you've found your rhythm, your groove, and you're on a roll. Okay. Yeah, you're eager, Taurus. You're eager about this journey, right? And it seems though that it's rather it seems like a situation is turning around and changing and being sort of reinvented, right? Like you're finding a sense of newfound balance and direction with which to take the reinvention of this project. Okay, because you have an ace, you have the Two of Pentacles. It's a newer energy, right? And you have the Ace of Swords. So yes, we see the Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, Two of Pentacles. You could be. I'm sensing again. This is clarity. This is just the clarity of the direction you want to move in and your strategy. Okay, but nonetheless, there's a reinvention, and perhaps with this new way of doing things is the need to re-strategize perhaps the foundation of this project, of whatever you're working on. Okay, now in your environment, you have this Chariot in reverse. Again, speaking to a very enterprising energy, one that is a driving force, right? So, and let me tune in here, because what's interesting is so many cards are in reverse that are depicted by significant turning points. Okay. And I'm seeing and sensing that the Death card in reverse is sort of mirroring this Chariot in reverse. Let me move on to the Energetic Pathway card, and then I'm going to get back to this. I feel like we need to tap into this first. The Six of Swords, take a look at this card, is the energy that you're moving into. Right? Energetically, it seems, absolutely there's a reinvention of an old model of some sort of doing something or thinking or some process that regards your sense of stability and security. And the analytical processes that went into the older model are somewhat outdated now. And you are reconditioning your perception of your perception of how to approach this new model. Very much in line with the Ace of Wands. Absolutely. Absolutely. Very much in line with this, the reinvention of approach. But it could be one that it's like the slow moving of gears, right? Maybe in terms of the way that you may have put, right, a lot of strategic analytical energy into this older process or aspect of the project that you now need to let go of, right? Even if you had put a lot into it, it's now the turning point, right, of needing to do away with the old and summon in the new energy, the creative energy. It's almost like something is getting a makeover. That's kind of the feeling here, is something is getting a makeover. And sometimes when we're shifting out from a situation that we were so entrenched in for so long, right? We're so conditioned to operating or thinking or doing things in a certain way that even if we want to change that situation, right, it requires a transition period, right? And so that's what this could be speaking to. In terms of action, you're ready to do it. In terms of your vision and your hope and your foresight, you're ready to do it. In terms of your faith in the process, in terms of your intuition about where you want things to move and to go, you're absolutely sold and confident. But in terms of the mechanical workings, that's what I'm getting. In terms of the mechanical workings and the analysis that will enable the turning around of this old situation, it requires you to recondition, retrain even the approach that's taken, even in terms of strategy or communication, even with your environment and others. So in your environment, you have the Chariot, and it's right in between these two cards here. Take a look. It's a beautiful energy, right? Chariot is just charging straight up and out of this old situation. So even though it's in reverse, I'm getting that because it's mirroring the Death in reverse, yes. And I have this citrine crystal here, which speaks to optimism, hope, energy, high vitality. The Chariot is going straight up into that crystal, it seems, right? If we're looking at it like that symbolically and energetically, right? Everything is energy. So when we're looking at it in that way, the Chariot and the Death card are almost in unison, right? The turning point, the rebirth that occurred, is what is enabling you. It sort of let the horse out of the gate. And he can now rise above this old situation and into the world of possibilities. It's almost like we don't even know where this Chariot is going. This Chariot is just going up and out of the spread, which I'm feeling is really speaking to the radicalism of this transformation for you, just the open-mindedness of it, right? Which is beautiful because Taurus is generally, it's an earth sign, right? It's more, it sticks more to what it's known rather than sort of a radical, sudden, erratic new way of doing things, which is more the archetype of Aquarius, let's say, right? Air energy. So I'm getting that this is something that requires you to really step out of your element in some ways, right? Something that requires you to re-establish the way that you do things. And requires you to open your mind and tune into faith. harness that inner strength that is tied to your intuition. Look at the figure 8 on the forehead of this lion, right? This is very much driven by your inner resolve and faith and intuition. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's an intuitively driven process. So, it seems that you are the chariot and you are riding out of the environment that has been with your vision and your foresight and your sense of confidence and knowing, even if it's just an intuitive knowing, right, of where this is to go, right? You may have a feeling, right, of this is the direction I want to go, and you may not know exactly what it's going to look like, exactly where it's going to lead you. And that's sort of why this chariot is riding right out of this thread. It's like, where is it going? It's unexpected, right? It's almost like that energy is what's driving you to complete this. The commitment that you have to doing something in a different way than what you've known, than the routine you've been involved in for quite some time, it seems, is what's driving you. Okay, so thank you so much, Taurus, for tuning in. That was a beautiful reading. Wow. Seems like it's going to be a beautiful month for you guys here, especially in the mid-month period. Definitely tune into your full moon reading that I'll be doing on the 10th of February, as that will sort of tune in and assess the energetic progression of this process that sort of started in the new moon period. So if you want to have a feel for the sort of seed of energy that we started with in the new moon period, check out the new moon reading that was posted on January 27th, 2017. All right. So thank you so much again, Taurus. Also, feel free to check out your ascendant, rising, or moon sign, as sometimes those are even more accurate than your sun sign and can provide you with some additional insights as to the situation. Okay, if you don't know your rising, ascendant, or moon sign, I provide a link below in the description box, and you can click that, enter your details, and it will compute your signs for you. All right, thank you so much again, Taurus. Have a beautiful February, and I'll see you later.